I realized that some ideas take time to manifest, to come to a reality, and some things just manifest immediately and you're like, whoa, how did that happen? And then there are other things that may take more time, even though you may not see necessarily what's going on underneath, but you may see like, oh, I now see what the end result was, but 6 months later. Yeah, and you may be feeling like, oh my God, why the heck is this not happening? Ah! Oh man. And it's like, you don't even realize that it's really happening until you're like, whoa, did that just happen? Was that just real life? Did this really just happen? And you are like planting like the seed for it to happen. You're like pushing and pushing and pushing. And then sometimes it's just like, boom, it just happens. And you're like, whoa, this is what I've been wanting to happen. But, it takes time. Another side note, I am really happy because today I had a couple business meetings and it really encouraged me a lot to keep moving forward and to keep organizing what I need to do and keep doing the things that I need to do, and like don't get so discouraged and distraught and go into a dark hole of depression and sadness and agonizing anxiety. Because it's like, and what I have been actually doing that really helps me is, what's it called? What was it? Oh, telling myself, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Just saying that out loud to myself when I'm freaking out and having like a borderline panic attack really helps a lot. And it sounds like I'm a crazy person and some people may be like, whoa, that's so intense. But when you have intense anxiety and depression with things, you need to keep your mind right. Because once that anxiety like takes over, it not only paralyzes you, but it stops you from moving, whether it be like sending an email or making a phone call. Just even some things that are like basic, like that if I literally answer this email, I literally will get booked for this event that I'm working on, or I'll literally get booked for this new client. And all I have to do is send a quote. And it's like the fear and the anxiety overwhelms you and takes control. And I no longer want to be taken control by a thought. That's another thing I realized. I'm like, I no longer want to be taken over by paranoia. Paranoia, fear, anxiety, and depression. Like, there are some days that are going to be better than others, of course. But, that's just the balance of life. But in general, I'm like, I'm not going to allow this thought to, literally direct my life and be like the conductor of my life and not, how do I say? And not be like doing what I need to do, making the money I need to make. And it's like almost like this fear is literally stopping me from literally making a living. And I realized that like I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna go freaking bonkers. I'm gonna go crazy trying to live in fear. And I'm not doing this anymore. By the way, I'm loving my outfit. So that is my tidbit of the day. Stop living in such agonizing anxiety and fear, and just do one thing that is going to set you up for success each day. Even if it's just something as simple as like making an Instagram post, which is, I need to make one for my business page. I've been slacking for like 6 months. That sounds so bad. Just saying it out loud sounds so bad. Well, actually, it hasn't been 6 months. It actually hasn't been 6 months because I did Thanksgiving post, so I lied. I just haven't done necessarily like a post. I think what it is, I'm being too hard on myself for not doing something that I think needs to be done. But I'm like thinking to myself, oh my God, it needs to be perfect. Oh my God, this needs to be the most perfect Instagram post, Facebook post. Oh my God, it needs to be getting like at least 100 likes per post and blah, 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 like trying to make it so perfect. But the thing is, it's like the more that I'm trying to make it perfect, the less that I'm actually going out and doing what I need to do. Because if everything is like so, trying to make it so perfect, I'll only be doing like one thing a day. And I need to be doing more than that a day to finish what I want to finish, you know? Because I have a couple things that are in the works right now and I need to complete them. And it's a problem when you are like, oh my God, like, I'm freaking out. I am, oh my God. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. And I'm going to get paid. I'm getting my money. And I am not going to be struggling, like mentally, emotionally, and financially anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with living like this. I can't live like this anymore. I cannot. And it's like a promise to myself. It's like, forget what everybody else thinks. It's like a promise to myself, like, we are not living this way anymore. We're not living in such like deprivation, not just like, it's not just like with like, oh, okay, like finances or food or whatever, but like deprivation of like your mind, you know, your own mind. It's like, or it can be the opposite. You could be literally doing everything and be doing everything that you need to do, and then you are like still freaking out and having this intense anxiety and thinking, oh my God, I didn't do anything. Because then that's another thing that can be, it's like the opposite. You know, on one extreme, you have so much anxiety that it paralyzes you. And on the other extreme, you could be doing everything and exhausting yourself so much so that you are not even able to do what you need to do. It's like, I can't do this. And I'm not going to do this anymore. I am done. I'm done. I'm done. Boo. We done. Well, that is my rant for today. Do what you got to do. Stop letting depression and anxiety affect you so hard that, like, you can't even think. You can't even think about, like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. And I think, too, it's like, it's almost like your soul and the universe know that it's done with you living like this, and it's like your brain needs to catch up with it too. Like, you need to catch up with the fact that you are not living to maybe up to your potential, or just up to a normal standard of living and life. You know, like, no more. Danny out. Yeah.